when you come into a new location, you find out sometimes that things are not where you expect them to be. Things are very different from each other. The first experience I made was when I was still a newcomer. We were not yet engaged with OKK, and every time I was passing through the neighborhood to his station, I was seeing tall hills that looked very grassy, except during the Harmattan, where there were lots of fires, fires that burnt the whole, hills down and made them very bare. But during the rainy season, they grew a lot of vegetation. And looking at it from afar, I thought that it was just ordinary grass, as I knew grass to be. So one day I begged him, said, please, could you take me there? Nobody was going up there, probably except hunters. So he told one or two friends, I think they were colleagues in his school, and we had an expedition one day. So we climbed the hills, and to my utter surprise, I found out that what I thought was just ordinary grass, the way I know grass to be in France, they were taller than me, very tall grass. And we had to make our way through into the hills. We didn't succeed in getting up completely, but I was satisfied that I'd seen the hills, and for me it was the discovery of foreign grass, really. Another thing I found out quite early was that the fields around us were devoid of flowers, and I knew flowers in the fields in France, and I've been always attached to the land. My name was Françoise, that is French, and I was really attached to the land. I loved the smells, the fragrance of fields and flowers, and wet earth after rain. So I was looking for these flowers, white flowers, and I told my students one day, where are they? There's no flowers in here. And one said, Madam, they are in the trees. This was a total amazing discovery for me. I started looking up instead of down. And when I did, I found out the flame trees in our children's primary school. Dark and bright red. So beautiful, like a canopy over the playground. In our garden at Nsuka, there were bougainvilleas that were purple, mostly, and sometimes other colors, but mostly purple. There were also some that were dark orange, beautiful. And then there were frangipanis, and that was a magic tree. If you just cut just a stick of it, plant it, next tomorrow it starts growing into another one. And those trees were the favorite climbers for our children when they were very tiny. They used to just climb and sit, on those low branches. And the flowers were white and yellowish, so beautiful, like golden flowers. And I never looked back to look for, flowers where they were not. It was all beautiful. And I want to encourage you, when you go to visit a place you didn't know, of course you had your own glasses, you have your own idea of what colors are and where they are. It's all new. One thing I must say that disappointed me in Nigeria was the abundance of green and red. everywhere was green, because especially during the rainy season. And then the earth was laterite, it was reddish, dark red. And when it was raining, that red mud was splashing on the external walls of the house. And that's why I found out that all traditional houses around were just painted dark red or brown below, up to 1 meter. I was wondering why on earth would they paint it like that, but I found out it was because of the mud and the splashing of mud that happened during the heavy rains. So eventually I found that this green and red and green was a bit boring. But thank God they were beautiful flower trees. So beautiful, so beautiful.